We're with Anthony Spencer, the sixth-year pro out of Purdue. You had your first career sack on Sunday Night Football. It came against Chicago. Do you remember that?
I do remember that. Yeah, it was a long time ago, but I do remember. My family and everybody was all up there. I got a lot of family in Chicago, so it was a good time for me, definitely.
On the biggest stage in football, and that's where you'll be again Sunday against the Philadelphia Eagles. You're having what most people are calling a career year. Why would you say this year has been so productive for you?
Just being comfortable with the people I got around me, with the defense I have, the coaches that we have, and this is my second year in it, and just knowing the ins and outs of it, and just being comfortable. And I mean, that has a lot to do with it, and just having the opportunity to go out there and make plays. And I mean, I play football, and I can make a lot of plays, so it makes it that much easier when I'm that much comfortable.
Well, you're in kind of a unique situation now because with Sean Lee out and Bruce Carter out, you now have the microphone in your helmet or the speaker that Rob Ryan's calling in the plays to you. Mm-hmm. How long have you had that?
About 7 days now.
How's that working out?
It's been fun. I mean, I always wanted to be out in front of the defense calling the plays, but I never had the opportunity because I always played defensive end. But now I got the opportunity. It's kind of a messed up way that it happened, but I'm excited for it, and I'm looking forward to the game.
I would imagine a lot of people wonder what it's like to have Rob Ryan in your ear in the middle of an NFL game. How is he?
I mean, the same way he is off the field. I mean, he talks to you, he tells you, look out for this, watch out for that. He tries to give you the play. And, I mean, it's a lot going on in that 15-second span that he's talking to me.
Well, you get the task of deciphering it. This is an interesting game because you're playing a Philadelphia team, you know, normally you're such rivals, but they're without Vic, they're without Deshaun Jackson, they're without LaShawn McCoy. It's really a depleted Eagles team. How do you approach that? I
mean, the same way we approach it when we play them every year. I mean, they're going to give us their best game regardless of who they have out there. I mean, we got a lot of people down at the same time, so we know we got to be prepared and go out there and just perform and execute. It always comes down to execution on Sunday, no matter who you have on the field. If you get out-executed, you can lose against anybody. And
the last thing Dallas needs is another loss. It seems for you to have any chance, even at a wild card spot at this point, you need to win at least 4 of your next 5. So what's the feeling in the locker room? What's the mood on this defense?
The feeling is we need to win, just like you said. We know where we're at right now. We know we got 5 games left, and we know that's a 5-game season, and every game is going to count that much more. So we're pretty much locked in on what we got going on this week, and anything after this, anything before this, none of that stuff matters. We just focus on this game.
Has the tone changed? Is it different now given the circumstances?
I wouldn't say so. I mean, the way that we come out and we approach it every week, just preparing and being ready, everybody coming out and working, I mean, that really hasn't changed throughout the season. Like, everyone comes out here and works and does their job to the fullest. And, I mean, it hasn't really worked out to our favor, but, I mean, we can't change anything because we know we're working the right way. And as long as we know that, I mean, we're going to continue doing it.
You know, people say when there are injuries to a team, it's always next man up, next man up. But let's be honest. There was a reason Sean Lee was starting. There was a reason Bruce Carter was playing so well. You're without both of them now. So has that changed? What does that do to the scheme or how you guys play the linebacker position?
I think it simplifies it a lot more for us. It makes us be able to play a lot faster than because when Sean was out there, he had a lot of calls, a lot of responsibilities that he was making for us. And once he went down, Bruce stepped up and made a lot. But when Sean went down, we also had to help Bruce and make a lot more calls. So it was kind of winging ourselves into it because when Sean went down, we helped Bruce, and now Bruce is down. Now everybody's got to chip in that much more. So I mean, it's a team sport to the fullest, and everybody's been doing what they need to get done, watching extra film and being out here on the practice field and doing the things that we need to get done. So I'm real excited about it.
And as we mentioned, Philadelphia is just in the middle of a major skid. You obviously can't look past a team in the NFL.
Oh, no.
But when you look, so how do you see the Eagles? When you look at the Eagles on film right now, what are the biggest challenges?
They got a real good running back with Brown, 34. He's real quick. I mean, he reminds me of McCoy a little bit, just not as shifty, but he tries to get to the edges a lot. So they have that. And the other receivers that they have, I mean, they're all NFL players, so none of them are really slouches. So we definitely been preparing for the team that they had prior to this. We really hadn't said they don't have this, they don't have that. We've been preparing as if they did have the same players that they do have.
Well, it's going to be a rivalry nonetheless, and Dallas needs this win in a big way. How bad?
Oh, it's the only game of the season. It's the only game of the season right now, definitely.
That's the approach here in Dallas. Thank you so much, Anthony.
Thank you for having me.